Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Hive Hand. Now, it has been a while since we've seen the Scharnhorst on this channel. I've done, my first review of it was back in July 2019. So, this ship's been in the game for almost 3 years, and I was starting to wonder whether power creep was actually a thing. Is it a problem? Are all the new ships that are coming out just stronger, more powerful, more buffed, more Chad-worthy to make some of these older premiums, particularly early adopters of the game that got these ships originally? Because the Scharnhorst was an absolute monster when it first came out. I genuinely done a lot of terrorizing of the season. I played it so much when it first came out. It's still somehow my most played ship with in all fairness, it's not a massive amount. It's only a little. I think it's about 330 battles, but it just goes to show I don't play the same ships. I love the variety that this game gives us. So I decided, let's play the Scharnhorst. It's not a ship I play. It's a ship I play very, very rarely anymore, and this turned out to be quite an interesting game. So I definitely thought it was worth a review. So for people who don't know, Scharnhorst comes with 9 12-inch guns. Comes with a set of 3 torpedoes each side. It was the first premium ship we had with torpedoes, if I remember rightly, which used to catch a lot of people by surprise, which was quite nice. I can't exactly remember the build that I have on you off the top of my head, so I'm going to apologise for that. If you want it, type it in the comments, and I'll let you know. Or it's the same build I use on all my German battleships. Right, and because we have 12-inch guns, this is something that I do tend to do. I tend to start off every match using HE, because it's not the most accurate ship in the world. It doesn't have the greatest penetration in the world, but what it does have is really good range. I believe I can shoot up to about 20 kilometers. I think it's actually 19.9 because I don't have the range flag on. So this is definitely something that you can abuse early on, particularly when you get a lot of battleships sort of reversing back or camping at the back of the map. But fortunately, we don't seem to have this issue. The enemy team is starting off, and they are being pretty aggressive. And we're going to take advantage of that. We haven't done massive damage. We've done 5k, but we've taken nothing in return. And then we go 10k, and we've got another fire on the Dunkirk. The Dunkirk previously burnt his damage con. We can see the torpedoes off there over to the side from the enemy destroyer. So we're not particularly worried about taking torpedoes, and sort of paying attention to the map is always key in these games. So when you spot little things like that, it's like, right, okay, so I know what I can do. So I know there's no DD threat, so I am going to start pushing forward a little bit more. We're slowly making up some damage, and we actually take the first salvo fired at us, which misses. Hit the Dunkirk for another 3k. So it doesn't sound like big numbers, but obviously we've got a pretty quick reload for a battleship. So this does all start to add up quite quickly. You don't need to dev strike everyone to be effective in your team on a battleship. And you can see we've probably taken half of his health there. We've just peaked at. We've just got 30k damage. And are we going to be able to finish him off? Nah, the Colorado on our team gets the kill. But that's one enemy off the board. They've already lost 1 DD, which is crucial. We have lost a cruiser, but that's not the end of the world. But something you may notice if you're paying attention to the map, our team is very much clustered to this one side. The only thing out there is actually the Leon, and we have, including myself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships giving the Leon all of our attention, and we start taking some hits from the Fuso and one of the cruisers. I believe that's probably, most likely, the Talon over there. And yeah, this is where we start to see the beauty of the Scharnhorst. So we're starting to push in. We have switched to armor piercing because that Fuso's broadside. He's a little bit far out. I like to use AP usually sub 12. It starts to really get quite punchy and really starts making an effect. So obviously we very clearly won this side, but essentially most of our team's pretty much out of the match now. And as you can see, so we're getting shot at by the Fuso. We're also getting shot at by another ship, which will appear shortly. That'll be the California. We also have the Colorado now shooting at us as well. And because we're paying attention and we're angling quite well against them, luckily the Fuso decides to not make me their target. But you can, the Scharnhorst is really quite tanky. Yes, we're taking damage, but it's quite minimal. You know, we're a third of the way through the match. We're 6 minutes in, and I used my first damage con, and there we go. There's the California that's also giving us a little bit of grief. And so, you know, Fuso, California, Colorado shooting at us, and yeah, we're not putting out a massive amount of damage, but they're shooting at us, nobody else. And you know, we're tanking not an inconsiderable amount. So I've noticed where that Colorado is, and the Colorado's got the biggest guns there. It's the biggest threat. So we're going to push forward. Yes, we're angled. We're likely to take more damage from the Fuso and from the California, but we're not going to have the Colorado firing at our broadside, which is exactly what I want to do, because I want to angle better against the Fuso and the Colorado over here, and that is exactly what my goal is. So yeah, see, every salvo is doing reasonable damage. We're not missing salvos, and oof, that might be the last salvo I received from the Colorado. Pay attention, because there is obviously a cruiser sneaking up the side of me here, and that's again sort of key, like map awareness. So the Colorado is no longer a threat to us. We have lost a significant amount of our hit points, and we're gonna slow down here for a little bit, because we can shoot at the Fuso and undetected, which, you know, controlling some of our keeping some of our hit points whilst particularly whilst we repair is going to be of a bit of a benefit for us. And see, this is where I was saying about paying attention on that. Remember I said there was a cruiser sneaking up on us? We have a quick look to see where the Colorado is, and there our guns are already turned. There's the Leander. Unfortunately, ideally we could have fired a little bit sooner. I think we probably could have got a bigger hit off on him there, but yeah, just unfortunately we couldn't. But we were aware of him. We were slowing down. We're not going to take the torpedoes that I would have expected him to have fired by now, and we're going to wait. We're going to hope he gives us a bit more angle, and there we go. There's a nice salvo. Right, so I'm backing up because I don't want him to turn and fire his torpedoes off before our guns reload. But then again, this is one of the key strengths of the Scharnhorst. It does have very fast firing guns. So we're gonna put it in forward now, because we know that Colorado is behind us, and there we go. We do take a bit of a hit from the Colorado, but you know, there's nothing we can do about it. Our team still seems to be loitering way behind us, and not really doing a whole lot to help us out. Why, after that side was cleared, do the two ships decide to really flank around the outside? I don't know. And there we go. We take another big hit from that Colorado, and you know, we're healing, but we're going to be what, down to like 7,000-8,000 hit points. I'm charging forward. I could turn my guns to him, But we need to get rid of one of the threats. It either needs to be the one in front or the one behind. Colorado's got far more hit points, so we are going to do our best to get rid of this California. And there he goes. He comes out broadside and dink. Right, there he goes. What's that? Kill number 3. And this is where the Talon appears. Now, I'm on 8,000 hit points. The Colorado's backing up as well to get some shots off at us. And yeah, let's be honest, should be game. You'd expect this to be game. 2,800 hit points left. We do a bit more damage to the Talon. All we can do here is really run away. Maybe get 1 or 2 more shots off. And that's 700 hit points. And oh wait, what's this? Shout out to, I believe his name is Spies, over on the Xbox, who's in the DD here. Because not only does he come into my will to rebuild range, but what you're going to see right about here is something quite spectacular. Absolutely no need for him to lay any smoke whatsoever. It's completely useless to him because he's going to be out of the range of the Talon and the Colorado to fire himself. But I kind of screw up there. Thank you. And yeah, he legitimately drops a smoke, gets an will to rebuild, drops a smoke, and essentially saves our ass. Now, unfortunately, this is pretty much where this match is going to end. The Colorado and the Talon are going to ride off into the sunset together. Unfortunately, there's just too many islands between us. We do get a salvo off at the Colorado. I can't remember if these hit or not, to be honest with you. Yeah, we catch a little bit damage, like 4k, nothing to write home about. But yeah, it just goes to show the tankiness of the Scharnhorst and that survivability, that constant racking up damage after damage after damage. They're not big salvos, but every salvo's doing a little bit. We end up with just shy of 130,000 damage. We picked up 3 kills. What did we get there? Only 1 citadel, but you know, it's better than nothing. And as you can see, where's the timer? There we go. We actually win on points. And that is it, battle done. So we make 500,000 credits, so it's about 450,000, and there's Spies in the Kid taking up second place with almost 2,000 base XP. Completely, 100% didn't need to save my ass then, but he did. So a big thank you, and I just wish we'd seen a bit more Destroyer players doing things like that. You know, he kept me in the game, ended the game quicker because, well, if I died, they would have had more points, we would have had less, and it just would have taken a bit longer for the game to end. So you also get Dreadnought and High Caliber in that as well. So I do hope you... So power creep, yeah, nah, not really, not a thing. Scharnhorst is still a weapon. So I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, take care.